We are live now.
All right. Kindly continue, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. Today, I am going to present a lecture on analyzing BCP through Nakshatra Padas. Prayers to Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati and seeking their blessings. Shiva Arpan. Why am I not able to move the cursor, sir?
Ma'am, just push. Correct.
BCP, Bigru Chakra Paddhati uses 1 year for each house. Nakshatra Chakra Paddhati uses 1 year for each nakshatra. Now we are going to extend this to the Nakshatra Padas. In this presentation, we will be using 1 year for each Nakshatra Pada and analyze the events in D1 and D9 chart. This is the chart of Sri Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi was an Indian sage and Jivan Mukta. Right now, we are going to see the 17th year of his life. 17th Nakshatra Pada is Mrigashira first Pada, which falls in Taurus sign. The Rashi Lord is Venus and the Nakshatra Lord is Mars. Taurus is the 9th house of higher wisdom. Nakshatra Lord Mars is in 8th house of transformation and sudden events. Rashi Lord Venus is in the natural 8th house of fears. Lagna Lord Mercury and Venus aspect Taurus sign. Saturn, 5th Lord of Purva Punya, aspects Taurus sign. Mars aspects Venus in 3rd house. 3rd house is the house of spiritual karma. 7th house is the physical desire. 11th house is mental desire. And 3rd house is the spiritual desire. The event happened was the sudden fear of death resulted in spiritual attainment. Let us see the same event in detail from the D9 chart. The Rashi Mrigashira first Pada falls in Leo Navamsha and the Pada Lord is Sun. Sun, Karaka of soul, is placed in Leo and Leo is the D9 Lagna for Ramana Maharshi. Mars is the Yoga Karaka and is placed in 3rd house, which is the Bhavatvavam house of 8th house. As we saw earlier, 3rd house is the house of spiritual karma. Venus is the dispositor of both Mars and Ketu and is placed in 12th house of spirituality. And Venus is also the 3rd lord of spiritual karma. Jupiter is the 5th lord of Purva Punya and 8th lord of longevity, aspects Leo and Sun both. Jupiter is the natural 12th lord of sleep. Jupiter aspects Mars and Moon and all three are the moksha lords. Both Ragu and Ketu has a connection with the moksha lords. Ketu's dispositor is in 12th house and Ragu's dispositor Mars is the 4th lord. All three, Jupiter, Mars, Moon, Ragu, Ketu all are connected with the moksha houses. What happened was he lied on the floor upon the sudden fear of death, which we discussed in the D1 chart. He lied on the floor with the tightly closed mouth in the Savasana pose, which is also called the Karp's pose, so that even air couldn't escape. His body was motionless. Suddenly he realized only body dies, but the soul is a deathless spirit, causing his enlightenment. The second chart of today's presentation is of Barack Obama's. Barack Obama is the 44th President of United States of America. Right now, we are going to see his 43rd year of his life. 43rd Nakshatra Pada is Purva Palguni, 3rd Pada, which falls in Leo sign. The Nakshatra Lord is Sun. Sorry, the Rashi Lord is Sun and the Nakshatra Lord is Venus. Nakshatra Lord Venus is also the Yoga Karaka for Capricorn ascendant. Mercury, who is the dispositor of Venus, is conjunct the Rashi Lord Sun in the 7th house of masses. Cancer sign is very significant for politicians, and both Mercury and Sun, who is the Karaka of government, is placed in Cancer sign. Moon, 7th lord of masses and dispositor of Sun and Mercury, is placed in the natural 2nd house and is also exalted. Moon is a quick moving planet which represents overnight events as well. Rahu, co-lord of 2nd house, is conjunct Mars in the Leo sign and is aspecting the 2nd house. The event happened was his victory in March 2004 made him a rising star within his party within overnight. We can see the exalted moon. So within overnight, he became a rising star. After this event, there is a funny phrase started circulating called overnight Obama. Let us see the same event in his D9 chart. Purva Palguni falls in the Libra Navamsha. And the Pada Lord Venus, and the Pada Lord is Venus, and who is also the Nakshatra Lord. Venus is placed in 5th house of Purva Punya and conjunct Rashi Lord and D9 Lagna Lord Sun, also with the Yoga Karaka Mars. 5th house is 3rd house from 3rd house, which gives the fruits of the 3rd house, which is the Bhavadbhavam house of 3rd house. Saturn, 7th lord of masses, aspects Jupiter, who is the 5th lord and who is also the dispositor of Sun, who is the Rashi lord, Venus, the Nakshatra lord and Pada lord, and Mars. Rahu, co-lord of 7th house, is Rahu, co-lord of 7th house and Karaka of sudden events, is in the natural 2nd house of speech and aspects 7th lord of Saturn. Saturn is placed in the natural 10th house of status and position and aspects Libra sign, which is the aspect of exaltation. Planet's aspect on its exaltation sign is called the aspect of exaltation and gives good results. The event happened was after the landslide victory in early 2004, his keynote address at the 2004 Democratic National Convention further elevated his status within his party and made him the potential candidate for the 2008 US presidential election. Now we are extending this from 43rd year to 48th year because of this 2008 election happened in his 48th year. In 2008, his running year will be 48th year, which falls in the Pisces Navamsa. And Jupiter is already placed there. So this 43rd year gave him the promise for his presidential victory in the 48th year. That is how great this technique is, using the using the Nakshatra Padas for each year. This is the chart of Elon Musk, who is the US businessman and founder of Tesla. And this is the final chart for my lecture today. We are going to see the 50th year of his life. 50th Nakshatra Pada is Hasta second Pada, which falls in Virgo sign. The Rashi Lord is Mercury and the Nakshatra Lord is Moon. Hasta becomes the 9th house of Purva Punya. Rahu, co-lord of second house, aspects Virgo sign. Rahu, co-lord of second house, is conjunct Mars, who for both these planets forms the Dan Yoga. Rahu, the co-lord of second house, and Mars, the lord of 11th house. So the conjunction of second lord and 11th lord makes a Dan Yoga here. Creating this Dan Yoga, he is aspecting Taurus sign, which is the natural second house of money and reputation. And the dispositor of the Lagna lord, dispositor of Mars and Ket Rahu, is placed in the natural second house of money and reputation. Nakshatra lord Moon is placed in the 8th house of big gains. Rashi lord Mercury is conjunct Sun in the Rashi lord Mercury is conjunct Sun, who is also the 8th lord of sudden gains. We all know Sun is the natural 5th lord of speculation, and Mercury is the Karaka of stock market. The event happened was enormous growth of Tesla stock made him one of the richest men in the world in 2021. Let us see how this works out in his D9 chart. So Hasta second Pada falls in Taurus Navamsa, and the Pada lord is Venus. Taurus is the natural second house of reputation and money. Taurus is the 10th house of work and position for Elon Musk's D9 Lagna. Pada lord and 10th lord Venus is closely conjunct D9 Lagna. Venus is the natural 5th house of 5th lord of speculation, along with 5th lord Jupiter. Venus is in the natural 5th house of speculation, which is the Leo sign, along with the D9 5th lord Jupiter. Saturn, 7th lord of Padaprapti and career, aspects Taurus. Ketu, co-lord of natural 8th house of big gains, aspects Taurus sign. Moon is the Nakshatra lord and aspects the Rashi lord Mercury, Karaka for stock market. All these led to the event of making him the richest man in the world in 2021. And end of the presentation. Thank you all.
Ma'am, there is one question. This is not clear whether you are counting the Pada from Lagna or Moon or from where.
No, from the natural Ashwini Nakshatra first Pada.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I just want to let you know this is the initial layer, and there are a lot more layers to that. So we can take it from the moon sign, we can take it from the Lagna, everything. But this is from the natural zodiac, making Ashwini first Pada as the first Pada.
Thank you. There is Durgesh ma'am who want to ask one question.
Yes, please.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you, why have you taken only the D9 chart?
Because each Pada in the D9 chart will become the whole Rashi. So that one Rashi will become the 1 year event.
Thank you.
For example, Ashwini Nakshatra first Pada will fall in Aries Navamsa. So the first year of our life will be, you will be seeing from the Ashwini Navamsha Rasi. D9 Aries will be the first year of our life.
Any other questions from anybody? If somebody has not understood the technique, we can once again briefly explain it. Yeah, Mr. Shleek Avasti, kindly come online and ask the question.
Hello, sir. I was not able to mute. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, I just had one small question. Sir, like for example, we relate with Nakshatra Lord with the Pada, and Pada Lord is also there. Just a thought. In the same way, can we also predict what other significations will arrive in that particular year? For example, here the speculation is there. So other significations also can we arrive that there will be something related with the financial gain will happen in that particular year?
Yes, we can do that. We
Thank you,
can do
ma'am.
it. We can do it generically, and we can even pinpoint the exact event also.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, any course from you? Any course? This is something interesting. That is why.
Yes.
This is something I wanted to do since when. So any course from you, that is it.
That we will talk with Sunil sir, and we will coordinate with him, and we will try this as the
Thank you,
course.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
There are two courses. One is Past Life Astrology from Karma Vipak Samhita that Lavanyaji is working on. Okay. And one more course was on Brigu Chakra Paddhati that was one of our old courses. 2015 we had launched it. So even that she's working. Lavanya ji, if you can see the chat box.
Yes, sir. Floyd G has asked, have you tried to use this for birth time rectification? Yes, I have used it. But the challenge that I am facing on this is this using one nakshatra pada for each year. Even for people like who are 50 years old, it is only coming till Hasta Nakshatra second pada. So the problem is like we need to extend this to the cusp of the houses and pinpoint the events. But I have tried for people who are 44, which falls in Purva Palguni fourth pada. So I have pinpointed it and I have rectified it. Yes.